Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Liz. Today we are looking at the month of May and I am so excited to hear what you think. We got a lot of detail and as you can tell, if you're not new here, I'm at a new desk. So I'm still not 100% sure. I actually filmed this a couple days ago. So I've already done my editing and I'm not really 100% sure. I'm still playing around with the angles, so I'd love to know what you think. We're going to dive right in. I want to show you what we have though. So for group one, we have the Ace of Wands. And the number on that card is 22. For group two, we have the Oracle of Swords. And that has number 52 on it. And then for group three, we have Apprentice of Pentacles. And that's number 74. So you can choose based on the card, the image that you feel drawn to, 1, 2, 3, however you feel drawn to the group. That will be your messages for May. And of course we did charms, we did letters, we got a lot of cards, so a lot to dive into. Let's take a nice deep breath and that'll give you a bit more time if you need it. Pause the video if you need more time. Just a little reminder as well, my readings are meant for entertainment. Have fun with my readings. I hope that there is a message that does resonate for you today though. And definitely keep me posted. Come back at the end of the month and let me know how things ended up going, like what ended up happening, how the cards might have connected to your life. I'd love to hear that. And I also do have Patreon and memberships as well available. So if you'd like to support my channel and receive a special reading every single week, you can definitely check that out. Both of those are linked below in the description. And other than that, I think we're good to jump in. So I will put the timestamps below. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking this video. All of that really does help. If you know of anyone who might enjoy this video, definitely feel free to share. I do appreciate it, and we will jump in with group number one. If you chose the Ace of Wands, then this is your messages for the month of May. So I'm excited to dive in and see what is in store for you for the month ahead. We're going to start with tarot. We've got Knight of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, and 7 of Pentacles. Okay. Look at all of your cards first, then we'll take a look. So I'm at a new desk, as you can see. It's actually not a new desk. I had this desk when I was younger, and then my aunt had it, my cousin had it, then it was in storage. And I wanted to try it out for my readings, but I'm still kind of playing around with the angle and the lighting and all of that. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes. We'll see how. I wasn't overly happy with the table that I was using, and the chair I'm sitting on is much comfier too. Okay, so let's see what's in store for you in May, group one. What can group one expect? You've got transformation, so a fresh new way of living emerges. Group one. Watch and wait. Watch and wait. I've already got that. What am I missing? Oh, tea leaves. My stomach's also very loud today. I feel like every time I go to sit down to do a reading, suddenly my stomach is like extra loud. Okay, group one. What is going on for group one in May? What should group one know? Good news coming in May. Okay. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. And time to get out of a situation. Okay. So let's see what's going on for you. I just want to do a quick little scan. Okay, so I oftentimes like to address the challenging cards first. So let's kind of get this situation out of the way because I feel like these two things are connected. You've got someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. So there's a situation with someone. This could be something that maybe you like agreed to do with this person, or just some sort of arrangement, or situation where it's like, you know what, I feel like we're not making any progress here, or we're not really seeing eye to eye. Okay, so there's possibly something that you might have to like back out of or change your mind. It's so interesting too, because I put it away, but earlier I was shuffling these cards and it said you have the right to change your mind. So I'm really getting that here. There's something in May where you might decide, you know what, actually not interested, or you might just find that this person is really difficult to deal with, or you're just not making any progress, right? And I think it's coming from someone that isn't willing to budge or see your point of view with something. And here's the thing, and I always think this when I see this card, if you think about how hard it is to change anything about yourself, when we really want to change something about ourselves, like we have to make a conscious effort, right? So when you think about that, you'll sort of realize it's impossible to change anything about someone else, okay? So at this point, there's a person that doesn't want to change. They're not willing to budge on whatever this is. They're stubborn. They're unwilling to change, okay? So there could be a situation where it's like, you know what? I need to just get out of this situation. And it doesn't mean that there has to be any arguments even. It's just you are going in a different direction, right? You're choosing to no longer participate in something, or even, like I said, there could be something where you had some sort of agreement with somebody or plans possibly even in May, like, okay, this is what we're working on in May. It could have to do with work. It could have to do with just like something social. But yeah, someone's not willing to budge. It could be a friend. You have spent time with friends. There could be like a situation with someone in a friend group who's like extremely stubborn. And that's the thing. You're not going to change this person, so there's no use spending too much energy trying to convince them or try to change their mind. It's best for you to just get out of the situation and save yourself any grief or frustration. Okay, so that's the most challenging situation that I see. I'm also noticing we've really only got pentacles here as far as tarot. So that could mean that the month is really focused around maybe your finances, work, business, anything material, the home, things like that. The other thing I'm noticing is there's a lot about being patient with some sort of seed that you've planted, okay? You've got watch and wait. So it's like, I might actually want to go get the book and read this, but what I'm getting from it is with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like you've planted these seeds, you've put this work in, you're still working, right? You're going to be seeing some results in May. I'm for sure getting, okay? But there is a feeling of like, honestly, because the Knight of Pentacles can be a bit of that slow and steady wins the race, and Seven of Pentacles can have to do with patience too. But I'm not so much getting the card saying, okay, look, you have to be more patient. It's just like, okay, you're going to see results in May. Trust the process is essentially, that's the phrase that just popped in. Trust the process. You will be seeing results though, okay? You do have the Nine of Pentacles. So there is a feeling of reward coming in May, but what I'm getting is it's only the beginning. There's a lot more potential. I just got the phrase, there's a lot more where that came from. So there's more coming in. So yeah, I feel like actually May could be quite rewarding, okay? I feel like you've put in a lot of work. You've been moving steadily towards some sort of goal. I am seeing like reward for hard work essentially in May as like a main theme. I might want to go get the book. It's right behind me. But let me just do another quick scan here before I do that. I like that you have spent time with friends, because this could just indicate that this month there's lots of opportunities to get together with your friends. There could be like an invitation coming in. This could be where the good news comes in too. But yeah, something to do with friends coming up in May, a get together, party. It could just be a more social month in general. I know for me, like as the weather warms up, I live in Ontario, and I feel like in the winter I kind of hibernate, and then in the spring and summer I'm out and about more. Like I'm doing different things. There's more things going on in my town. So it just feels like a more social time in general. So if that's you, this could just indicate that May, there's more opportunity to socialize, more invitations, more get-togethers. I just got a message. If you're waiting for good news, like it's in. Like there could be something you're kind of hoping it goes a certain way. I do feel like you're going to get good news about whatever this is. Let me just have a sip of this. I've got some tea. There's a bit of like a shyness that I'm sensing from you for some reason. I don't know if it's just like, because usually I'm not very shy. Like I've been doing this now 6 years. And usually I jump onto camera and I just start recording, but there's a bit of a shyness in my energy today, which I usually don't feel. So it could actually indicate that you're going to be meeting new people in May, okay? There could be opportunity to make new friends in the month ahead, which I think is going to be very beneficial. I'm wondering too, like I'm noticing the oracle cards, there's craft supplies, there's snacks. So I'm wondering too, that there could be like a creative or even a work-related function or networking, like something you're doing that might be connected to work that you do. Because yeah, I'm noticing like the notepad, the pens, the paintbrushes, like there could be something you're doing creative with friends or even connected to work. I'm also seeing you might be making some new work friends, okay? Or even like business related friends, like something that you're working on, you're connecting with. And even if you're not kind of working on the exact same thing, it's just that you're working together. Yeah, I'm really sensing that because there's a feeling of like connection here that I'm really picking up on. So I'm wondering too, like if different connections that you're making are also helping the growth of some sort of project or idea. Yeah, if you're in business, I think it's a good month to network, a good month to like meet new people, make new friends. Bring your friends in on different things that you're doing. Like share, if you've got Facebook, share your business with friends more than you usually do. Like share your Facebook page or your Instagram page. Ask your friends to share. Like there's something about community that's really strongly coming through today. I know I keep talking about going to get the book, and I will because I do want to read that, but I want to look at transformation. So this is telling me that May is a month of change for you. It's a month of, this looks like a phoenix to me. But yeah, it's a month of new beginnings for you. A fresh new way of living emerges. So this could indicate that in May, you're starting new habits. It could just be in general with the Ace of Wands that you chose, that you feel just inspired in general, but a fresh new way of living emerges. So something new is beginning for you in May, to do with like the way you go about your day. And there's a very practical feeling that I'm getting. I feel like May could be the kind of month where you might be setting even like physical goals for yourself or even like household goals. Like I'm really getting very grounded, like daily routine type energy from this. So yeah, there's something about a new routine or a new way of going about your day or even like a schedule or something like that. And like I said, it doesn't feel necessarily drastic. It feels more practical, or even I want to say like achievable. It's actually something that's giving you energy, rather than making you feel like overwhelmed or, tired. It's something that's boosting your energy, because I am seeing a rush of new energy, but there is a sense of like, okay, I still have to wait to see how this fully, like what this grows into, but I am seeing really motivating or encouraging results. So let me go get the book. I keep talking about it, so let me go get back. Group 1, I'm back. So actually what's interesting is I feel like I got the book, but I just sort of had a realization about this. Because you have a fresh new way of living emerges, this card is making me think like this is why you're getting out of the situation, because you've changed. Like something isn't a good fit for you anymore, or it's just like you've outgrown it or you've overcome something. So that's why I feel like this new way of living might have to do with this pail. It doesn't mean that the situation wasn't once a good fit for you or wasn't once something that you wanted, but you've changed your mind or you've outgrown something. So I think that in general, with the Ace of Wands being the card you chose, you already do have a sense, because you chose this card, of like new beginnings, new ideas, a fresh perspective. So this, I think, is definitely, I'm seeing it in your cards as well. So with that is coming, having to kind of move away from situations, relationships, even getting like commitments or engagements that you had that just don't fit for you. And here's the thing, okay? This person, like there might be a little bit of, what's the word? Like I don't want to say they'll be argumentative, but this person's not going to like that you were getting out of the situation necessarily, okay? It's not like, because from their perspective, they don't see why, you know what I mean? They don't see why you would, because in their head, they're right, they're correct, they're not willing to change. So if these two things are connected, just stand by your decision and remember that card that I was thinking of. You have the right to change your mind. I have to find it. I want to show it to you. Okay. look at that. It was right there. Okay, so reassess. So yeah, you might have reassessed something, okay? You have the right to change your mind. This is the card that I was thinking of. I'm just going to pop it right there. It does feel relevant. I know we didn't get it, but it kept popping into my head. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. I think that this fresh new way of living, the new habits that you're starting, the new, just the new direction that you're going is requiring you to get out of a different situation. So anyways, let's get back to this seahorse spirit. I opened up to the page. Watch and wait. So hovering gracefully, the seahorse observes with the perspective of one who is not engulfed by the drama, remaining at a distance from all the turbulence. Okay, so this part made me think like, you're just getting out of a situation because you don't need the drama. It's like, I don't have any desire to be involved in this situation, so I'm moving away from it. So you're still in a place where you are observing it, but you're waiting until the drama subsides, okay? It says, Seahorse Spirit allows the time to remind you of the need to be neutral and gain perspective. Your message from Seahorse Spirit is, not my circus, not my monkeys. Spirit wants you to know that even if you are tempted to jump into the fray and try to fix things, the best way to serve yourself and others right now is to remain calm and simply watch and see. So this kind of goes back to what I was saying. There's a situation where you can't really change anything anyways, and by trying to change the situation, it might just make it more frustrating for everyone, including yourself, which is not what you want, right? Another message here is that whatever your query, Seahorse Spirit asks you to step back from it, be willing to explore things from different angles rather than a single one, and just observe what is possible. From the perspective of the position of the neutral observer, you will discover a myriad of opportunities and a deeper understanding of what you seek and why. And you will know beauty, truth, love, and wisdom. Okay, I like that too. So that actually reminds me a little bit of the Seven of Pentacles. This can be a card of like, it's sort of like a personal audit card or a card of reflection, observation, and assessment, okay? Which is interesting because I felt called to this reassess card. So there could actually be different things that you are doing a bit of assessment, because I think you're going to find, group one, certain things in May, like some things you're going to find really rewarding. So then you're kind of able to make those adjustments and spend less energy on the things that aren't, providing those same results or rewards. Okay. So yeah, I think you could be making different adjustments in the month as well. It could be a bit of a month of like trial and error of certain things too, because I think that, oh, I just got something. When you're planting a garden and you have to like move a plant to a larger container, that's kind of what it is. Like there could actually be a situation that you've outgrown and it's time to move to that larger container is coming through. So, because when like the roots, yeah, that's what I think it is. Because like the roots get like crowded and they almost like suffocate in the pot, right? If the space isn't enough for the plant to actually grow, or it outgrows this space, you need to move it, right? You need to replant it. What do they call it? Yeah, repotting. So yeah, there's something like that coming through. I hope I'm articulating what I'm getting well. But yeah, overall, we're going to get some charms for you, group one, but your month looks fantastic overall, aside from this one situation. But again, you're just stepping away from it, just like this seahorse card talked about. Like, I don't even know that it's necessarily even directly impacting you on a personal level. It's just you're choosing, okay, whoa, I don't want any involvement in this. I'm going to float away and wait for this to pass. So I'm waiting for this situation to pass by. So yeah, I think that's great. And this could be part of reassessing too. Like you might be looking at a situation and saying, whoa, this is not what I thought it was. I'm stepping back. Like this is not what I anticipated. This isn't what I counted on. This is not how I thought this would go. This is not how I thought this person would act. I'm taking a break. I'm taking a step back. So yeah. And then you've got good news. So I didn't really focus too much on this because I'm going to leave it up to whatever this good news is. It could be different for everyone, but you've got some good, exciting news coming in, which is actually interesting because, oh, sorry, my glasses always hit the camera. But yeah, the Ace of Wands that you chose actually can have to do with good news. So there's a feeling that I was sensing of like you're waiting for this good news, or there's something you might actually be anticipating or hoping for. So this could be a really good sign for you as well. So let's get some charms, group one. Okay, I'm going to do it this way because I feel called to. I'm going to cast the charms on the cards because sometimes I get messages from doing it that way, depending on like what charm lands on certain cards. So I'm going to do it that way, but I will raise them up so you can see. This, by the way, I changed my charms and put them in here because the jewelry box was way too loud. So this is actually a little fabric, little bag from actually Goddess Provisions. The same website where you can actually get the Sacred Self-Care Oracle that I'm using today, but I just thought this was better because it's less noisy. I don't know, I found the jewelry box pretty noisy, and someone actually said to me in the comments, they said, could you please give us a warning when you're doing charms because it's really loud? Well, that's not what I want. I don't want it to be so loud that you need a warning, because I know a lot of people listen to these videos to relax at night or kind of go to sleep. So yeah, I'm not I'm not wanting some sort of like abrupt, loud noise. So I thought this was a little bit more of a lovely sound. So okay. Yeah, see, I like doing it this way. And not that I'm not going to use the tray again, it's just this gives me a lot to work with. So let's see what landed on spend time with friends. So there's new hope for projects you'd almost given up on. Okay, so this is exactly what I mean. So because of this getting together with friends, even just getting a new perspective, right? Having conversation can sometimes change things, right? It can give you like a new angle to work on something or like new ideas. So there's new hope for projects you'd almost given up on. So this social energy that's coming up, this time with friends, is actually giving you a new approach to something that you didn't think was going to work. You've got a 5 landing on watch and wait. And then you have this little bead. This bead's very specific to me, and it's about getting something of yours back. So that could resonate for a few of you. Okay, 5s can indicate conflict. So yeah, there's something about waiting for some sort of conflict to kind of subside, because there's nothing you can do to change it. So it's best to just kind of remove yourself from the situation, okay? You're busy anyways. I feel like you've got a lot going on. You've got these really rewarding experiences with friends coming up. So it's best not to get involved in this anyways, because it's going to just spend all of your energy. So, you know, I think that's wise. This can also have to do with like different creative solutions as well. So this is like Prince Charming. I don't know if I moved it from where it was, but I think it was around here. So this is Prince Charming, but I'm actually noticing the cape, and it feels like, I don't know, I'm actually visualizing it right now as like Superman. So it's like someone's coming in who's like saving the day or something. Oh, I don't know if you can hear the phone. I don't know, you might not be able to hear that. Oh, I keep bumping into the camera. I hear a phone. So I think the good news is coming downstairs. The phone's ringing. So I think the good news is coming by telephone. I mean, I don't know how else you would get it necessarily. It's not like a pigeon's going to deliver a letter or anything, but the phone ringing is interesting. Okay, moving over here, we've got a 13. So the 13th of May could be especially important for some reason. You also have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is right next to the peacock. You also have the treasure chest. I'll get to the phone and the teapot in just a second. I actually think, okay, I'll get to that in just a second, but you've got the treasure chest, the peacock, and the Queen of Swords. So both of these are making me think of confidence, okay? The Queen of Swords to me is very confident, and the peacock makes me think of confidence as well. So there's something like you need to be confident in yourself. There could be something with work where your communication is especially important, okay? So this could be like confidence in communication, confidence in your abilities with the peacock, because the peacock is reminding me a little bit of the card from this deck actually that says let it shine. So I do think there's something about like letting, I just got the most specific phrase, letting yourself succeed just came in. So obviously that's for someone, but letting yourself succeed. The Queen of Swords could also indicate taking kind of like an analytical or more logical approach to something. So that could also be something that you're doing or implementing with your work specifically, is a little bit more of like a logical approach to a situation. And the treasure chest too, actually what's funny is the treasure chest for me oftentimes is the 9 of Pentacles in a charm. So there is definitely something about rewards in the month ahead, abundance, like work rewards, rewarding experiences, material success, to more abundance coming in general for the month ahead. So yeah, a very abundant month with 9 of Pentacles twice. It could just be a month where you make more. Like if you're in business, it could just be a really successful month. I do feel like networking or working with friends will benefit you, but it could just be in general, like just a feeling of abundance, feeling very grateful for what you have. Then here you have the birthday candle stuck in the car, which is an interesting combination. I always find it interesting when charms get stuck like that. So this could indicate that someone's like traveling for a birthday. There could be connection to like anniversaries or birthdays with travel. This could be something to do with good news or time with friends, but there's definitely something about someone traveling for a birthday. You might not know what this is, obviously, until it happens, but I think that's a super cool combination. I've never seen these two stuck together before. And then you have the teapot with this whole situation, time to get out of a situation. I think there's a feeling of like you're sort of emotionally invested in this in a certain way. Again, I wasn't feeling like it was even directed at you personally or anything like you getting out of the situation isn't, I feel like you're not losing out on anything, but it's just best for you to not be involved directly in whatever the situation is. And then the teapot can indicate like sharing, okay, and also friendship. So that's kind of what makes me think it might have to do with friends or a friend in particular. The tea could have to do with gossip too. So, I mean, take that how it resonates, but it could have to do with gossip. Now, I want to get you some letters, group 1. Let's take a look at the letters. The good news too could be related to love because that was the Prince Charming that landed on the good news. There could be something about good news from some sort of love connection. Let's get some letters. So look for names, initials. Sometimes there's words. Sometimes there's, friend. Friend is coming up a lot. My friend. I think just because you're spending more time with friends, there's lots of different dynamics, right? Like, I think mostly it's going to be very rewarding and it could have some connection to your career. And also like it had that charm. There's new hope for projects you'd almost given up on. So there's something about collaboration or just even a different perspective. But with that, I mean, that could be what the Pale was talking about too. There could be something else going on. So, I mean, you'll know if it's meant for you, you'll know. Okay. So I usually don't see very much, so definitely look below in the comments. I see pink. I see kiss. Like I said, I don't usually see very much, so the comments are probably your best bet. There's always awesome suggestions. No, there may be something you have to say no to with the Pale situation. Do we have a D? No. Prime. Beef. Do we have a T first? No, we don't have a T. I was looking for a T. I thought maybe we had first. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I can't see much today, so I'm not going to bother spending too much time with it, but look in the comments below. Thank you so much, Group 1. I really hope that you enjoyed today's May predictions. Let me know at the end of May what does happen and how things unfold. and we will see you next time. You chose the Oracle of Swords, and this is your look into the month of May. So I'm excited to dive in and see what is happening for you for the month ahead. We'll start with tarot, we'll get you some oracles, and then we'll jump in and see. And we're at my new desk, so I'm still kind of getting used to it, and I might still, see, my head keeps bonking into the camera, but I still might make some changes. But this desk I had when I was a little girl, then my aunt had it, then my cousin had it, then it was in storage for a while, and I got it back. It was in my entrance for a while, but then I thought, well, actually my mom suggested that I try my readings on it. So this is what I'm trying, so I'm still getting used to it. I still might play around with like angles and things like that, but yeah. Okay, 7 of Cups, 4 of Swords, and the Hermit. Okay. Group 2, what's happening in May for group 2? Use your mind wisely with the pig spirit. I'll probably read from this one today. Let's get some tea leaf cards. Group 2, what's happening in May for group 2? Affairs with your family coming up in May. You've got the shield, so you're defending yourself or putting up some sort of boundary. May. Okay, and then you have family matters. So family things are coming up twice. There could be like different family events or different things happening in the month ahead. Ooh, my goodness. I'm going to get 3. Two of them fell out. You've got protected by angels. You are cherished by the angels. Taking shelter fell out together. The answers are within. Very interesting with the Hermit card. And you also have choosing your path. All is possible. So a little extra info for you today. One more deck, group 2. We have to get you your self-care suggestion. Because I do actually feel like self-care is important to you based on what I'm seeing with the 4 of Swords, the Hermit card. You really do seem to be kind of going inward in the month of May. With taking shelter for sure. The answers are within. Okay, your self-care suggestion for May journal. Okay. So let me just do a quick little overview. Yeah, it's a very reflective month for you, May, okay? You might be feeling, and this doesn't mean, by the way, that you're not, doing things with people or you won't have some social moments in the month, but overall, it's a little bit of like an introspective, slightly introverted kind of feeling. I just got the phrase, there's a lot brewing, like there's a lot you're working on kind of behind the scenes. And you seem to be kind of setting up some sort of boundary or really being protective of your energy overall. Because I think you've got a lot that you're working on and different decisions that you're trying to make right now, group 2. So we'll kind of get into that as we go through here. But my overall, like when I scan the cards here, I think that there's a feeling of really going inward. I think you're being a little bit more even defensive of like content that you're watching, what you're listening to, even what you're reading. Because even with journal, some of you actually, Oracle of Swords, some of you might be interested in writing or journaling for creative purposes, professional purposes, or just get your thoughts out on paper could be why you're doing it. But yeah, we'll get to that. Okay. One thing I'm seeing with protected by angels and shield though, and I kind of just touched on it, is you are being protective of your energy. There's a feeling, group 1 had a little bit of it too. I think everyone's just getting very burnt out on any like excess drama. So I feel like you're very much, actually a little bit more so than group 1, trying to eliminate drama or excess noise or distractions as a big sound happens outside. Yeah, there's something about like eliminating distractions or limiting distractions as best as you can. I think that in May, you're really craving tranquility. You're really craving quiet, and that's okay. Whoa, yeah, there's something like, trying to drown out loud noises. because there's like loud sounds happening outside. I think you're craving the tranquility, okay? You might find you're a little bit more of like a homebody. You might find you're requiring more sleep, more rest, more naps could be happening in May. I want to just say, like, that's not lazy, okay? It's not lazy to do that. Your body might just need rest, okay? May could be the opportunity to give yourself that rest, okay? It could be that you have like time off in May, or it's just that this is your priority. One thing that I've seen in the past in readings is anytime we get like Four of Swords or kind of like mellow, calm energy like this, I'll see in the comments a little bit of like frustration as to, well, I don't want to rest. I don't want to rest. I want action. I want movement. I want excitement. But here's the thing. I'm just reading to you what I'm seeing here. You can do really whatever you want, but I am seeing that some time of like reflection, thinking, a timeout is really actually going to benefit you more. Sometimes rest actually does more than action, especially if you're feeling confused or frustrated, or if like you feel like you're on like a bit of a hamster wheel. I think you might have recently burnt yourself out, group 2, and I think that May is going to be the perfect opportunity to just reconnect, to rest, to take a bit of a time out. And then from there, you're making some decisions, right? You're choosing your path, and the path is going to be much more clear than it has been up until this point, up until this month, okay? So that's my overview. Let's kind of get into the cards a little bit more specifically. You do have something happening with family in May, okay? Lots of family get-togethers, family affairs, birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, things like that. There's more focus around family, and maybe this is actually what you're wanting. This could be like, I just want to be at home. There's sort of a home feeling with this Four of Swords with the nest. So, you know, especially if you have a good relationship with your family, this might be what you're craving, is just time with your family. If you have a family that you live with, you know, just being at home with your family. Like that's kind of what I'm sensing. If you live on your own, it could just be, like I said, like get-togethers with family, different celebrations, possibly opportunities to see family coming into town, that kind of thing, because you have it 2 times. So definitely a lot focused around the family in May, and I think that this could be, you know, a really fun thing too. I will say though that for some of you that don't have a good relationship with a family member or family in general, this could be saying that in May there are different themes around family popping up, and it's saying that you're protected. You might have to set strong boundaries with family, okay, if that's the case, but there is themes of family. So hopefully it's good news for you. I hope that you're looking forward to spending more time with family or seeing possible family members that you haven't seen in a long time. But if it's more so that this is about family matters or family situations that are slightly chaotic or discouraging for you, it's going to be important to set firm boundaries, and know too that along with these self-protective boundaries that you're putting up, you're also protected by angels, okay? So you're being kind of looked after. There is that sense. There's that sense of like, you might feel a heavy presence of your spirit guides or your angels. Even with this image, the Four of Swords, it's like feeling safety, feeling cozy, feeling protected. Okay, so that addresses these. So yeah, you're cherished by the angels. I'm in kind of a reading mood today, group 2, so I do want to read that one too, if you'll just give me 1 second. Okay, group 2, it says, I want to read you the message the Sacred Traveler wants you to know. Sometimes it might seem that you can't see the road ahead, but have faith that by your side are shimmering angels supporting and guiding you in unseen ways. Watch for their signs, especially in the form of feathers. So in May, pay attention to feathers. Okay, you might be getting signs through feathers, noticing more feathers, because look at this. Actually, that's very strange that this brought up feathers, because look what's in the nest, feathers. So yeah, lots about feathers. Actually, this pig has wings, feathers. We'll get to this pig spirit in just a second, but yeah, feathers are big for you in May. You might notice more feathers on walks. You know, you're going out for a walk, you suddenly see feathers everywhere, feathers on patterns, feathers in nature. artwork with feathers, like you're just noticing feathers and birds frequently throughout May. There's a sacred plan for your life. Your life is guided. The angelic message is that you are going in the right direction and everything is unfolding exactly as it should be. When you receive this card, it can also mean that you are an angelic healing force for others because the light within you is so bright. Look at that. Okay, so I just got chills, major chills, because look at this Hermit card. The light within this person is so bright. So okay, what I'm getting to tell you is that by taking care of yourself in May, you're helping heal others, okay? So by taking care of yourself in May, you're helping and healing others in some way, okay? So that's important to know. Okay, so know that you're protected, but you might also be setting some boundaries, which brings me to this card. Okay, so use your mind wisely. Like I was saying earlier, there is a feeling overall in general collectively of like trying to like not focus on things that maybe feel unproductive or draining. Okay, because again, May for you is getting your energy back. It's trying to give to yourself and go inward, so use your mind wisely. It's going to be important in May to pay attention to what you're focusing on, okay? And I think that's where journaling might actually be helpful. This could be something that you're really interested in. And I do find it interesting that we got this card with Oracle of Swords, because to me, this is about like, what you're focused on. Oh, look at the birds here too. So much about birds for you, birds and feathers. Look at that. Yeah, birds and feathers. You're going to notice a lot of it in May, and wings in general, but yeah, use your mind wisely. You're paying attention to like what you focus on in May heavily. Sorry, like I said, I'm in a reading mood. Maybe you are too. Maybe that's why I keep getting messages about reading. Some of you too are thinking about authoring a book or just writing more in general. Writing could be something that you're interested in. I just got the phrase, there's a book inside of you. So some of you are getting some ideas down on paper. Some of you are also interested in learning something. So this could also be what you're journaling about. Like there could be a new interest or hobby or something that you're really focused on. Okay, so I'm getting so much right now. Group 2. So I'm just going to read this and then I'll tell you what I think is happening. So Pig Spirit appears to remind you of the right use of intelligence, a gift we all have that is meant to be used with love, compassion, and discernment. Intelligence means recognizing the value of intuition, partnered with smarts and common sense, which leads to intelligent solutions. When Pig Spirit appears, you are called to respect your analytical mind and use it for the highest good, recognizing that all facts must be considered, and even when they do not fit with what you know already. Okay, so yeah, you're open to learning in May. I think you're open to new information. With the Oracle of Swords that you chose, you're open to learning, and you're taking time to like consider all options. I'm seeing with the 7 of Cups, like you're really considering all of your options in May and doing some heavy reflecting. Like we're seeing that strongly on the table. Heavy reflection is happening in May. So it says, Spirit blesses us with wisdom when we allow Pig Spirit to nudge us into open-minded, thoughtful dialogues, whether with others or internally, as we mull over our ideas and what we have come to understand. So I am seeing that too. I feel like you're mulling over different ideas in the month. Okay, this could be creative, it could be to do with work, but you're really taking some time to consider your options and think about what is best for you and drowning out noise. Like I feel like you're drowning out any or too many opinions of others. Like this is about you. The answers are within, so you're not getting it from outside sources. You're getting information, lots of information, but ultimately you have to decide. So it says, you are intelligent and capable of clear-minded thinking shaped by the wisdom you have accumulated and the intuition that will tell you when you have more learning to do because not all the facts are in. Now is the time that your decision-making powers are reliable, for you are in alignment with Pig Spirit and its keen intelligence. So yeah, I think there's a feeling of like the answers are within. You need to trust yourself, okay, when choosing this path. Because I feel like group 2, you might have chosen this group because you're feeling indecisive. You've just got a lot ahead of you and you don't really know, okay, which way am I going? What should I focus on? Like, what direction do I choose? So this card actually reminds me a little bit of the books when I was a kid, the Choose Your Own Adventure books. So I think that popped in for a reason. This is your adventure. So you really are going inward in May to decide like, what do I want? What's important to me? And I think this is where journaling also might come in handy. I want to tell you too that you've got time, okay? There's no rush. Take your time. This is not a rushed energy. This is a very stable, calm energy. you've got time to work with here. There's no rush. Take May, like honestly, take May to really take care of yourself, to rest, to go on walks, to do things that are re-energizing for you and good for you, good for your soul. Use your mind wisely too. And you need to defend yourself. Like, okay, there's something about like, use your mind wisely. You're being discerning, okay? You're being discerning about information that's coming to you or opinions of others. Very discerning. And I think that's why you're wanting that alone time, or you're craving that quiet time. So you can really go inward and listen to spirit and listen to yourself. So yeah, you're being very discerning, or it's encouraging you to be discerning about information that comes in. Okay, you're smart, okay? You know what's right for you, so be discerning. So before we do charms, I want to read this one. I'm in a reading mood today. Occasionally I'll get in these moods where I'm like really just loving the guidebooks. And I think that kind of goes in with what I'm getting for you. I feel like you could be doing, I was getting something about authoring or writing something, but also just in general, you could be interested in reading a lot in May. Okay, there could be books. I just imagine, you know, the movie Matilda? It's like you're devouring books, or you're devouring information that's interesting to you, okay? Or learning, like there is potential that you're learning something or wanting to learn more about something. So yeah, something about books and reading coming through strongly. But yeah, I want to read this one and then we'll get some charms, we'll get some letters, and then that'll be good today. But let's see what this one says. Okay, I've got it here for you. It says, retreat, replenish your inner resources, incubate your ideas for the future, exactly, renew your energy, do whatever you need to do to take care of yourself, mend physical objects in your home, organize your possessions, and heal relationships. That could be this family message. Protect yourself, okay, this is wild. Protect yourself from less than positive outside forces. This is this. Clutter clear, but at the same time, gather your resources around you. You are preparing for a kind of springtime energy in your life, but take care of the details and create a foundation now for this spurt of energy, before this spurt of energy. Otherwise, it can seem overwhelming. So yeah, it's like you sense this burst of energy. This is reminding me of like Three of Wands, actually. So you're almost kind of getting rest before it starts. Your springtime is kind of arriving a little bit later, almost in a way. Okay, so this is cool. So when winter comes or the storm threatens, the traveler takes shelter. It's a time of incubation, which I love with this Four of Swords image. The traveler takes shelter. Yeah, it's a time of incubation, retreat, and gathering of inner resources. It's a time to plan and prepare for the future and for the springtime, new beginnings, and a new cycle. The traveler knows the importance of rest and recuperation. Take care of your body and your health. So this is like front of mind in May. It says, watch your dreams for insights about the future. Repair whatever needs to be repaired in your life. I was really getting strong elements of sleep, prioritizing sleep, resting, naps. You might actually be starting a dream journal as well. So you might be getting a lot of insight and messages through your dreams. So yeah, write it down. Write it down. It doesn't have to be like a neat and tidy journal, just like brain dump, you know, like last night I dreamt of this, draw pictures. Like it doesn't have to be like, there's all different kinds of journaling, right? There's junk journaling. I love junk journaling. You're just kind of gluing pictures and different things that you might find. But yeah, there's a sense of like writing things down, writing down ideas, you know, all of that. Lots of reflection going on. So let's get you some charms, group 2. So I'm doing charms this way. Occasionally I do them in the tray, but once in a while I actually like doing it this way because I get a lot from where it lands. So I'm going to keep that in mind. Okay, so let's start over here. We'll work our way over. We've got Aries, we've got Cheer, the balloon animal. You've got the lantern, which is so funny for that to land there because that's literally the hermit charm to me. So yeah, lots of emphasis on that hermit energy for sure. You've got these scissors. This can be decluttering, okay? There could also be some sort of connection that you're sort of like cutting out of your life, or an energy you're kind of cutting out of your life in May. This landing around here too could be like scrapbooking or something like that with journaling, okay, the scissors. But to me, it's like cutting something out. Severing contact just came in. You know, that might not be for everyone, but there could be one or two of you that are cutting off contact with somebody. Okay, you've got, yeah, look at that. You've got the diary. So there's definitely a lot about journaling, diary entries. Some of you are focused on photography because it's the little film here. So photography. You've got the balloon animal. This can be about flexibility. Okay, you could be like when choosing your path, it could be telling you to be flexible. And this could be like where learning is coming into play. Like there could be different things you hadn't considered. So May is going to be a month of like taking in this information and kind of just absorbing it. Because again, I feel like you're very curious. You're like craving information. You're craving like research or reading. You've got cheer. This can be support. Okay, there could be an Aries in your life who's especially supportive. Okay, this could be some sort of support coming in. All is possible, that just even the universe supporting you, cheering you on. You've got the magnifying glass here. You also have another one here. One landing on the 7 of Cups, and then this one. It's like you're exploring different options. Okay, you're really getting a closer look at different options. Some of you are like heavily researching one topic or one option specifically. Some drama is coming to a stop or some argument, okay? Because you're stepping away from it. Like you're setting some sort of boundary, or like something's coming to a stop, okay? Because again, I feel like you're stepping away from it, or you're stating your boundary very clearly. You've got the star. This is healing. Yeah, a heavy focus on healing. Look at the lantern here and here. Look, you've got 2 lanterns. So this just makes me think of inner guidance, inner wisdom. Lots. Look at the lantern. Okay, so lanterns and feathers are like major symbols for you. Lantern, lantern, lantern. So light, illumination, inner guidance, guidance in general. Because look, you've got the lighthouse here too. So lots about guidance and illumination. You've got the gift, okay? So this could be like a gift coming towards you in May, okay? A surprise of some kind. It landing on the 4 of Swords though is making me think of like a gift to yourself, like taking good care of yourself. But it could indicate a surprise or an actual gift coming in. You've got the moon here. So yeah, more about like intuition, going inward. Because it landed here, the answers are within. Listening to your intuition is going to be very important in May. You've got the hand, which is interesting because look at like the hand's almost like in the same position. This hand makes me think sometimes about like making a choice or selection. I always imagine a hand kind of looking at a box of chocolates. So it's kind of cool. Their hands are in almost the same position. Heads up and alert. These two actually landed out together recently. So paying attention. Let me see. Someone could be alerting you to something in May, or it's telling you to pay attention. Pay attention to red flags is coming through. Some of you are like heavily influenced by something someone else is saying or choosing right now. So I feel like you're stepping away from that. Just because someone else is choosing something that's good for them doesn't mean it's good for you. You're being cautioned, or like you're very aware of like what to steer clear of in May as well. And I want to mention too, like certain charms might have relevance to you. Like, for example, I was thinking photography. So like this could literally mean photography. It can also talk about memories though. So, you know, take things how they fit. Let's get some letters and let me know throughout the month, you know, how things are unfolding. Definitely subscribe, because every single week I post a weekly prediction where we go day by day. So it's very detailed. So you can go through the month of May every week and kind of see what to expect or different things that might come up. Okay, let's get you some letters. not the best at finding words, so look below in the comments. Got the words from and felt. I see love. Some of you could be going home somewhere, or going somewhere that feels like home. Yeah, I'm getting a strong home energy. Love. Do we have a Z? Got real. Cool. Rest. Maybe that's welcome news, right? Maybe you're really hoping for a restful month, so I feel like that's what's coming in. It doesn't mean nothing's happening. It means you're recharging because new things are coming in and you'll be rested and ready for when they do. Alive. Let me know what you see, group 2. So felt from. Let me know what you see. That's pretty much all I can see right now. So I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Your May looks good, okay? You've got a lot of time to rest and take shelter. You're protected. You're setting firm boundaries. You're researching heavily something or interested in something, exploring your options. Something going on with family this month. Strong themes of family, journaling, diary entries. And then I'm getting a lot about books today. Remember, we got choose your own adventure. I was getting a lot about book research, things like that. Pay attention to lanterns and feathers. And yeah, beautiful. So let me know what you think, group 2. We will see you in group 3. If you chose the Apprentice of Pentacles, then this is your messages for the month of May. I am excited to dive in and see what's happening for you. And we are at my desk that I had when I was a little girl. It was my grandma's, then I had it, and then I didn't have it for a while. My aunt had it, then my cousin had it. Then it was in storage and I got it back, and my mom actually suggested that I try and record at it because I wasn't really happy with the table. So anyways, I'm still kind of getting used to the angle. So let me know what you think. Group 3, what's happening in May? 8 of Cups. Okay, there's definitely a feeling of walking away from something or something kind of not being worthy. Because this is an interesting 10 of Wands. Typically you see the 10 of Wands walking up this mountain or up a mountain. This one to me is okay, actually no, that's not worth that particular thing, idea, relationship. I'm not, it's too much. It's too much right now, okay, with the 8 of Cups as well. So we'll kind of see what's going on. It could just be a situation. It could be something that you were once more invested in and now you're okay, never mind, going in a different direction. But you have the 4 of Wands as well. So there's a very stable energy coming up this month in May. So we'll see what else is going on. What's happening for group 3 in May? Someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. Family wishes coming true in May, and celebration, fun, and enjoyment. What's happening in May? Time to let go. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's something you're letting go of or saying goodbye to. We'll probably read that one. On the bottom, we've got open to infinite possibilities. So You know what? I'm taking that because I feel like that's kind of what is prompting you to let go of this, is because it's like, I don't have, like, there's other options out there for me, or there's other possibilities out there for me. Because sometimes we stay in situations that aren't ideal for us because we might feel like, okay, that's the only way that this could go. But there's a sense of like, there's more out there for you. And this isn't necessarily about walking away from something. It's more possibly about walking towards what is best for you. So next is self-care suggestions, and then we'll get you one from the Sacred Traveler, and then we'll get started. So your self-care suggestion, group 3, your self-care suggestion is next, group 3. Take a walk. So you could be going for more walks in May. And group 3, what's happening in May? Release control, surrendering to the journey. You know, partially what could be happening too is just, we've got stepping into power on the bottom. Like, you were trying to kind of like control something, or working so hard to make something happen, and it just wasn't happening. Like, it just wasn't going that way. So it's like you're walking away from it. And it's so interesting that we have this 10 of Wands, because 10 of Wands, of course, can indicate like you're almost there, right? That final little push. But they're either walking down the mountain or right past a situation, because they're realizing, okay, this isn't, and this could be a situation where you felt like you were putting in all of the effort and not getting any effort back. Like, this could be a multitude of different things. So we'll dive into it as we go along. But yeah, I usually like to try and address the challenging cards first and then dive into the really fun ones. So do I have everything? Yeah, I think so. I feel like I didn't use as many cards today, but that's okay. And we're going to cast charms right onto the cards today, actually. I like doing that sometimes, so thought we would do that this month. Okay, so let me take a look here. So let's do that. Let's start with the challenging situation that I see here. You've got the wedge. So somebody's like wedging their way into a situation. This could be multiple different situations. I'll give a few examples. This can come up when, you know, you want something and someone's trying to prevent you from reaching for that goal, or, you know, trying to change your mind. Generally, this is someone kind of like butting in where they're not really supposed to, right? They're just trying to wedge their way in there between you and this goal, or something that you want, or a friend that you have, or something like that. Because they might feel left out, for example, or they might feel like they're losing you, or something like that. Okay, so this is happening in May. It doesn't have to be a big thing. It doesn't need to encompass your entire month. Okay, it doesn't have to be the theme of the month, but it is coming in. So, you know, it's important to kind of note it. So yeah, just keep this in mind. There could be a feeling of someone trying to kind of come between you and something, okay? Whether it's a friendship or a relationship or something that you're striving for, a goal that you have. So this is up to you, right? You don't have to let them wedge their way in. Everyone today, at least group 2, I don't really remember if group 1 did, but yeah, I think they did actually. But everyone today got messages about boundaries, or like setting firm boundaries. So again, you don't have to let this person wedge their way in. You don't have to allow it, okay? So I want to read the Groundhog Spirit for you, if that's okay, and then we'll continue along here. But this is kind of a major theme for you, with the 8 of Cups being right there. It's definitely a theme, and even this card, surrendering to the journey. Like, it's a feeling of like holding on to something so tight, you know, and it's just like, okay, it's time to let go, because this is causing me more stress. It's causing me more frustration. I'm losing sleep over this situation. Like, I don't want to keep holding on to this and feel like I'm the only one, you know, fill in the blank, fighting for this, holding on to this, or trying, even, maybe if it's not even that, it could be like trying to steer the direction, right? Trying to steer this boat when it's time to let go. It's time to kind of like let someone else steer. This can kind of come up too when we have like a set plan or set idea of something, and the universe has different ideas, right? So with the starfish spirit, I feel like you're open to different possibilities, where maybe before it was like, no, this is the way. It's almost like you've kind of like looked at the map and you found an easier way or a different way. So you're kind of like, okay, you know what? Someone else can steer for a little while. It's time to let go of the steering wheel for just this month, right? I just want to kind of see what happens naturally. So it says, endings lead to new beginnings and death is a part of life. So Groundhog Spirit is here to let you know that it is time to accept the natural ending of something that is no longer serving you. We love to hold on to what is familiar, but the new needs space to arrive so growth can occur. When Groundhog Spirit appears, it is a sign that something in your present situation, When Groundhog Spirit appears, it's a sign that there is something in your present situation that you need to let go of so that something new can be born. Something that will far better serve you now. When the groundhog sees his shadow, he retreats into his den. So too might you yearn for a little more time to say goodbye and transition into the new. However, change is coming and it is good. So let go of your resistance. Spring, oh wow. Okay, that's really cool. Okay, do you hear that? It's like a truck backing up. That might have relevance for someone, I don't know. But yes, spring brings many blessings, and what must die will always be reborn in a new form that will be right for you. Life requires change and detachment. Say farewell to whatever once served you and get ready for something amazing to take its place. It says Spirit is already sending it your way. So yeah, it's like, get ready. And this, I think you might already kind of know what it is, or you might kind of be ready to say goodbye to something. Like these two coming out together, I think is pretty poignant, because that's literally what these two cards are about. Like, and this could be something you're no longer emotionally invested in, or it's just like, there could be a little bit of a bittersweet energy to this card, because look at the beautiful sun is rising there. They know they're walking towards something better, different possibilities. And the fact that this is still burning might mean that there's something you had higher hopes for that you're walking away from, but ultimately you know there's more out there. So that's what I think the takeaway should be, is that there's so much out there for you. So if you are walking away from something, or if something has come to an end, I don't want you to panic, right? Like, have fun with these readings. I'm not telling you that you're breaking up with someone or something is going to happen that's bad. It's just saying, like, you're walking away from something that isn't fitting you anymore. So you likely know intuitively what this is. It's like, okay, this isn't what I want. It could be a situation. It could be an area of focus. It could be an artistic endeavor. It could be a job. It could be a relationship. It could be a friendship. It could be just like, even like I said, an area of focus, or just a chapter of life that is over, right? It could be a location, countless different things. So don't let it panic you, because what the cards are saying is like, it's like you've outgrown something. You know that outfit you had when you were young? You loved it, you wore it all the time, and then one day it just didn't fit, right? You outgrow it, and with that comes growing pains, right? Like, it's not always fun, and it's not always, but there's so many more outfits out there. This is of course a metaphor, but yeah, so that's like the main challenges. If you can, I don't even think that, honestly, I don't think that's going to be a challenge necessarily, because I think you're walking away from something that was challenging, because it's like not worth the effort anymore. But yeah, I mean, aside from the wedge and then maybe a little bit of melancholy walking away from this, but overall, I think you're so much more excited about what's to come. And even the Apprentice of Pentacles, that's the Page of Pentacles, so much more out there. There's so much more potential. This is only the beginning. Okay, you've also got beautiful energy in May of like party, fun times, celebrations. So there could be, recently I had this card, it kind of reminded me of like a music festival or a concert. So there could be like a concert or something with like music and dancing and more time with friends. Like, it's beautiful energy that I'm getting from whatever this event is. I'm just seeing you having a great time, letting loose, laughing, go have fun. There could be a dinner or a night out with friends or something. Like, go have fun. Or it could even be saying something that you're kind of counting on in May could be more fun than you're expecting, right? There could, like, I mean, there's been so many times where I'm like, oh, I don't really feel like going to this, or I don't know, I'm not in the mood. And then I go and I have like the best time. So, be open to the possibility that something might be more fun than you're anticipating. because that's always how it is, right? So yeah, just be open to something being fun and that you might have a really good time with something, okay? We also have family wishes come true. So some sort of family wish, okay? Something that not only benefits you, but benefits the people that you care about is coming true with the well. Okay, this is something that, it feels like it's good news for everyone involved. And I also like that actually with the starfish, because the star is making me think of like wish upon a star, and you've got the well. So lots about wish fulfillment, some sort of wish being celebrated or wish coming true. And also this wish coming true might be actually the reason why you have to let go of something else, because this wish came true. It's like, okay, it's time. It's time to move towards this next chapter. And the Eight of Cups is like, this card talked about the comfort zone, right? I think that's the challenge with the Eight of Cups, is because Eight of Cups is, we know for sure what we're walking away from, right? It's familiar, but we don't necessarily know what's ahead of us, right? So there's like a tremendous amount of hope that is necessary with the Eight of Cups, because it's saying like, okay, you're walking away from something without really knowing what else could be out there, but you're trusting that there's infinite abundance with this starfish. Like there's so much more out there. So you're having faith, you're trusting. I think some of you too are like letting go of expectations that someone else is putting on you. With 10 of Wands, like sometimes this is just like the weight of the world on your shoulders. So you're like, why am I carrying this? Like, why am I staying in this situation? Who am I trying to keep happy here? Is it me or is it everyone else? So that's what I think you're letting go of here. And there's going to be like a weight lifted off your shoulder when you stop trying to please everyone else at the expense of your own happiness. It doesn't mean you're trying to deliberately make people unhappy, but like when you start going towards what's making you happy and letting go of like the need to please everyone all the time, you're going to have people like, hey, wait, like, you know what I mean? Trying to wedge their way in, but you're past that now. I think the spring has sprung for you. There's so much new opportunity for you, and I think you're walking away from anything that doesn't fit anymore. And if people don't like that, they're just going to have to get used to it. Yeah, same thing with release control. This is very similar to time to let go. Like you're not trying to control something anymore. And this could pertain to a lot of different things. You're not trying to control other people's moods or trying to control everything and take responsibility for everything all the time, right? You're like, you know what? Someone else can take care of this. I don't need to be in control of everything. You're also kind of, with surrendering to the journey, you're like, okay, let's see where this takes me. You're more open in general in May. Like you're like open to exploring, open to finding out, open to being pleasantly surprised. Just popped in. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with what is in store for you. Your self-care suggestion in May is take a walk. So this could be something you're doing with a friend. This could literally be like, take a walk away from it. But I think you're spending more time outside in general. I know for me, like springtime, this is when I'm outside more. I was saying to another group, I don't know which one, but I tend to hibernate in the winter, like literally, whereas like I'm inside so much. It's also freezing here in Ontario in the winter. And I don't do a lot of outdoor winter activities. So in the summer, I'm really craving that fresh air. There's a few hiking locations that I love to go to. So I love to hike. I love to go on nature paths and different things. So yeah, I mean, this is definitely, I feel like you're really getting a lot of fresh air, going out for a walk and just enjoying nature. This could also be maybe something that you're starting as like a routine, like, okay, I want to walk 3 times a week or something like that. So you could be prioritizing that as well. One thing I want to say too is you might be more open to asking for help in general in May with like everyday things too, right? Like, so you might be the type of person, you're like, yeah, I've got this. Don't worry. Yep, I can do that. So May, I would say be open to being like, you know what, I can't do that. Or can you help me with this? Like stop feeling guilty asking for help. You don't need to carry the weight of the world on your shoulder. And I think you're kind of like picking your battles, or I guess a better way to put it is like, what's necessary here? Because I don't want to have to do it all. Right? So I think you're also simplifying the load of responsibility that you're putting on your own shoulders. So you're like, you know what? I don't actually have, why am I doing this? It could be everyday things, right? So why am I doing the whole household's laundry? Like my teenage son knows how to do laundry, like let them help, right? So there could be something about sharing of responsibility of even household chores, and they might not like it. Right? Like there's going to be a bit of a time of like yeah, I know you liked it when I did all these things, but I can't do it all, you know? So, and I know that's kind of a small everyday example, but this is what we're looking at, right? We're looking at the month of May. So it could be literally like, even at work, like going to your boss saying, hey, like I'm doing the job of 3 people here. Like we need to, let's either give me a raise or we need to start dispensing some of these responsibilities to other people because I can't keep up. Like that's something like that. I just gave kind of 2 examples. But yeah, I want to read this, then we're going to get some charms. Today I'm casting the charms right on the cards because I do get extra information depending on where they land. That doesn't mean I'm not using the tray in the future. I certainly will be. But today I just felt like casting them on the cards. Kind of depends on my mood. So just give me 1 second. I'll get you this. I want to read you this part. So surrendering is not giving up. You're not yielding to a force outside yourself. You're opening to your soul. By releasing hold, you allow the creative forces of the universe to spiral through you, which brings inspiration and direction into your life. Sometimes the journey goes a different way than expected. When it does, don't resist. There are times you can see the path but don't know where it leads, and that's what I kind of was getting from this card. So here's a new way to look at it. Not knowing where you're going can activate inspiration, insight, and creative juices. So that's where I think this card comes into play. Instead of being like, oh no, like this is what I'm walking away from. It was so, I'm so used to it. It wasn't making me happy, but I'm used to it. What's out there? Instead, you're saying like, oh yeah, what's out there? Like, wow, all of these things could be out there. Some things I can't even imagine. So yeah, not knowing where you're going can activate inspiration, insight, and creative juices. You cannot discover new oceans and distant vistas unless you have the courage to let go of the shore. Look, okay, this is when it gives me chills. So this card says let go of the shore, and this says time to let go. So you're letting go of some sort of shore, something. It doesn't have to be big, huge things, right? So take these readings as they fit, put it in perspective. It could just be like a situation you were trying to kind of like make work for so long and it was exhausting and you're like, you know what, I'm burnt out. This isn't worth my energy. So I'm going in a different way. Creative idea, like anything. It says you don't have to do it all yourself. Bingo. That's exactly what I was getting. Like there's something about you don't have to do everything yourself. Support is all around you. Simply open your heart and allow it in. Like, yes. And I think you are, like, the 4 of Wands is a very supportive energy. So I think you are more open to support in general in May. And this is allowing you to kind of enjoy the things that you enjoy and have more fun too. So let's get you some charms, group 3. I took them out of the jewelry box because it was too loud. I saw a few comments, and one in particular was like, hey, can you warn us when you're doing the charms because it's loud? I'm like, I don't want to have to warn. Like, I want it to be relaxing, right? So it shouldn't be like abrupt. So I thought this was nice. And this is actually from Goddess Provisions, same business that makes the Sacred Self-Care Oracle. But I was using it for like a plant originally, and I just think it's nice for the charm. So that's what we're using now. All right. Okay, so I will lift them up. I'll make sure you can see everything, but I do get a lot depending on like where they land. So May 9th could be important, an important date to consider. I'm thinking you might be making a new friend in May, okay? You've got 2 of Cups landing on the 4 of Wands, or this could just be a relationship, even a romantic relationship, reaching a new level of stability, okay? Or just kind of more commitment, essentially. So there could be a relationship evolving to a new level of commitment or stability in May. But I am seeing potential for new friends, especially whatever this celebration, fun, and enjoyment is. Like, you could be making new friends, reconnecting with old friends, possibly. You've got the candle. No, sorry, that's the wand. So you've got the wand on the 10 of Wands. I'm getting a sense of like feeling re-inspired. Because remember, one card talked about like being excited about the possibilities. And I also think like it talked about your creative juices flowing. So I really actually feel like that's happening. Creatively, I think you're inspired. And that might be like because you're going in a completely different direction. So this is inspiring a lot of new creative ideas. But yeah, new energy coming in, new energy, a boost of energy. You're definitely in this, like I said, is collective. Like there's a feeling of wanting to protect against like negativity or drama in May. So you're really craving like positive, uplifting relationships in May. And whatever this wedge is, like whoever's trying to come between you and this new direction is, I think, just afraid to be left behind at its core. I think that's what it is. I think like with the tankard and the little bottle, this always makes me think of like bottle, like, I mean, it could be bottled up feelings, but it can also be like a release. I feel like there's a release of tension with like celebration, fun, and enjoyment. I think that in May, there's going to be lots of opportunities to just let loose, just have some fun. A fun outing with friends, like something fun going on. You've got go for a walk twice. Look at that. Take a walk, go for a walk. So walking seems to be important. You've got story there as well that landed inside. So story, go for a walk and story. Let me know what you get from that. I mean, maybe it's like inspiring a story or like something about story, and going for a walk is important because they landed together. You've got the paper airplane. Propelled forward. Yeah, I'm getting something about being propelled forward. You're being propelled forward. You've got the little bowling. I mean, this is the thing too. Charms can have personal significance. This could literally mean you're going bowling in May, and this is the celebration, fun, and enjoyment. It's like your friends, hey, let's go bowling. We haven't bowled in years. But bowling, this charm can also have to do with focus. And yeah, I always think of like focusing in on your goal. The traffic cone can have to do with redirection, okay? So being redirected or guided. So there could be something about being redirected. It's landing here, so maybe like be cautious, like pay attention to where you're walking, just as some like wise advice. I mean, go for a walk for sure, but like maybe be cautious about where you're going walking, like make sure you're walking in like safe spots. Could just be like a nice reminder from the cards. Be cautious, it's just saying be cautious, but definitely encouraging walking. Maybe it's saying like go for a walk with a friend or something like that. But in general, I think this has to do with like just direction or feeling kind of redirected in general. I think you're feeling redirected. Okay, I want to get you some letters group 3, and then we'll wrap up. And let me know, like come throughout the month and let me know what's, keep me updated. And you also might want to subscribe and keep updated with the weekly predictions, because every single week I do a day-by-day breakdown where we get a tarot card for every single day, as well as charms, and we get oracle cards. It's been a lot of fun. I've been doing that for I think almost, I don't know, at least 3 months. And it's been like my favorite way to connect every week. So if you haven't checked that out, definitely do so. We just kind of look at the energies throughout the week and different things that might happen. And it's been super cool to see everyone's updates about like, hey, I didn't know what this meant at the time, but this is what happened. It's been super cool. Okay, so I'll flip these over. Time and you. If someone's been kind of behaving different than usual, just know that it could be like, I mean, with the wedge card, it could be jealousy, right? It could be like they're trying to come between you and this thing that you want because they're jealous, or they feel, I was kind of getting a sense of feeling like left out, so, do with that information what feels right, but pen. Okay, so let me know what you see. There's always really great suggestions in the comments too, so I see foot. House. Eat. Best foot forward. I don't know if we have all of the letters for forward, but no, we don't. Maybe we do. No, we're missing an R. Are we? Sometimes I don't know until like I'll be editing and I'm like, I did have the letters, but yeah, best foot forward. We're missing a D too. Ah. Let me know what you see, group 3. Okay, well, I'll wrap up there. Let me know, keep me posted throughout the month, and definitely check out my week ahead readings. And yeah, if you want to check me out on Patreon and memberships, you definitely can. If you enjoy my readings, I only ever remember to mention it during group 3 because I always forget. So yeah, so let me know what you think, group 3. I can't wait to hear, and we'll see you next time.